just right off the bat, do you guys think that Jon Jones should be banned from the UFC for life?
My initial reaction is no, because it's going to be 4 years.
You just looked at me with like 6
What did he do?
He just went.
Because in a very similar passion-filled rant to that of Clay Travis, I despise Jon Jones and what he stands for at the moment. So is
that yes?
Yeah. Is it a lifetime ban? Is it an extended period? Like, because lifetime bans can have some sort of appeal to it. Like, is he really going to be banned for life? No, but he's not going to fight. He's not going to fight until he's 48, is he? So his current age right now, he's still in his youth. He's still in his prime.
So he'd be 34.
Yeah. So if you ban him, maybe for like 6, 7 years, is there a point to him coming back and fighting? Because is he going to be in his prime? Is he just going to come back and fight?
Yes,
yes. Take steroids.
If Brock Lesnar, how old is Brock Lesnar now? Like 40?
Brock Lesnar takes steroids as well. So
of course. So
it's like if you're just going to come back and just keep taking steroids.
My point is, as long as these are the guys, and we've discussed this previously, is that the UFC badly needs stars.
Oh, yeah.
Badly needs stars. Outside of Conor McGregor, you can have an argument about who is number 2. Maybe it's Miocic, but no one really has a clear-cut say because it's just lacking depth of stars.
Maybe.
So the reason I say no is because the UFC needs him. Unless something drastically changes, because they're not putting Mighty Mouse up there. I know that the fight was canceled with Ray Borg, but they don't even see Mighty Mouse as a star, even though we all do respectively. They badly need Brock Lesnar, they badly need Jon Jones, they badly need pay-per-view stars who are just gonna sell the gate. So even if, and they'll find a way to do this, it'll be 18 months or 20 months, or maybe at the most 22 months.
Yeah, they need it.
He's going to come back because they badly need him to sell the gate. Because a lot of these pay-per-views, we were talking about this yesterday, if it's not Conor or if it's not some of the other has-been stars,
maybe.
no one is going to sell 1 million pay-per-view buys, but Jon Jones consistently has.
Yeah, so I agree. That's why I think I was a little confused at the question. Do I think? Yes, but do I think the UFC will? No, because that's exactly the same point. Everyone's in it for the same role, which is a business stance, which the UFC, we talked about it yesterday briefly, like when you're suddenly hitting those heights, those expectations, no one wants to go back, and the only way they can move forward is by having a Conor McGregor consistently sell those pay-per-views and fill those seats, or a Jon Jones. But from just the stance of respect, we know that in the UFC, they don't offer respect to the same fighters throughout. There's a reason Demetrius Johnson is consistently buried underneath many other headlines when it comes to the UFC. There's a reason why Tyron Woodley was called boring by Dana White. It's because he wants the exciting fighters.
That was Damian Maia's fault, by the way. Let's just call a spade a spade. He's not necessarily the most energetic fighter who's gonna stand up. Like when we think about entertaining fights, we think of traditional boxing. You played footsie with me. We think of traditional boxing stances of when guys are just pummeling each other. That's what we view as entertainment, which is also, in my opinion, a blood sport. So when Damian Maia is a guy who's just gonna try to take you down over and over and over again, yeah, it's not aesthetically pleasing, but there is an art inside of it.
I agree with that, but I also think that it's the side of Dana White being now so drawn into the Conor McGregor style of fighting that he wants everyone to have that same added oomph.
I agree with that.
The added oomph to draw in the audience. So yeah, the UFC are gonna do whatever they can to try and bring him back. I think that it would be discrediting to the fighters who have given everything they have to the sport and respected the rules and regulations, because it's not the first time he's done it. It's not the second time he's done it.
So
it's the 435th, 9,276. You do the math. It was deliberately, not deliberately, not even a number. So yeah, he's consistently just
technically that's true.
Spat in the face of the UFC and for every competitor, especially Daniel Cormier, who's tried countless times to get in shape and ready for this just to be cheated. So
can either of you remember a star that like you thought was so good and then got in his way routinely to the point that he's arguably the best ever in his respective sport?
No, I'm joking.
Say Johnny McEnroe?
I was gonna say Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, he was gonna say McEnroe.
Johnny fucking McEnroe.
Johnny Manziel. No,
there's nobody.
I don't think I have. Do you?
There's nobody. That's why this is such a tremendous fall from grace.
Nah, I don't know. Like there's arguments to be made for.
What are you laughing?
Just saying Colin Kaepernick. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. It's a joke. Oh my God.
It could
get fired.
I mean, did Mike Tyson get? Does Mike Tyson get in his own way? But he had a very lucrative career up to that point.
I mean,
he's not the. I don't think he's one of the best boxers of all
No,
time.
we're
One of the most known
Jon
boxers
Jones
of
is
all time.
repeatedly
One of the best knockout artists of all time. Not
Jon
pure
Jones has shot
boxer.
himself in both feet twice. And should he be banned if the UFC had dignity? Yeah, but Dana White knows that money talks a lot louder and speaks more volumes than dignity ever will. And WME just made a massive, WME IMG, massive investment into the UFC. They bought the UFC for $2 or $4 billion.
Yeah, I remember
4.1.
$4.1 billion. And within a year, for somebody, I'm stepping on my mic, I'm sorry. For somebody, an organization who produces movie stars and TV stars and athletes that become superstars, they're looking at their new league, the UFC, to have 0 superstars. Yeah. Now, I think Rick's on point here. It's probably 2 years, 18 months, 2 years before they have to get him back in, unless the problem is you can gamble. It is a sport that takes place in Vegas a lot, and you can gamble on the fact that a new superstar will rise within 2 years. Because look, Conor McGregor took over the fucking globe in 12 months. So it's not impossible to think somebody comes along like that. But Rousey, McGregor, Jones, those were your moneymakers. Those were your million pay-per-view cards. Those were how you do it. You can stack as many extra ex-fighters like GSP versus Bisping. On a UFC 217, you can add Joanna Champion like they just did. You can add Mickey Gall like they just did. You can have Dillashaw versus Garbrandt, which is probably the best fight on that card in itself. And it might just barely crack $1 million. And that's throwing every single other idea of a superstar into the same card, let alone having a bunch of scrubs underneath a Jon Jones fight. I don't mean that in any disrespect. I'm just saying not the same names.
How can you
as
not be
Dillashaw
disrespectful
Garbrandt.
when you say that?
It's pretty it's disrespectful, but I mean,
It's like saying I'm not racist, but
well, but I didn't say but. That's
say a
that's
racist.
the difference. In this case, they need them.
Yeah.
They need them.
You can't buy
Agreed.
Ferraris with integrity, people. You only buy it with money. So they're not going to do anything with integrity. They have to go forward and make that money.
No, you can't buy lunch without integrity either, Francis.
Oh, is that the lunch date you guys went on yesterday?
Oh, you know what?
You invited me?
Hey! No. He's terrible.
do they have Chipotle in Scotland?
Nope. They have it in England, I believe.
Do they?
Yeah, I think that's one of them made their way there. Jason's
What is that?
Oh, you went to Chipotle as well.
3 fucking
You went to
years.
Chipotle
I
as
just
well.
gotta get
The
lunch.
Chipotle.
I gotta get lunch all the time. And Francis, 9 o'clock comes around. Do you want to get lunch with me, Jason? Of course I want to get lunch with you. 12:30 comes. I can't do it. Oh yeah. What
We had a
came
great
up?
lunch. By the way.
It was amazing.
Chips, guac.
I know, Jason gets a chip.
I didn't get guac.
I offered chips.
It's extra.
Jason.
Oh no,
likes to
I
get
offered
the
it to
chip.
JR. That's right. My bad. All right, what's next?
That's it. For Pluto, thanks for watching. Make sure you come back next week on Pluto TV. It's on Fridays on the TYT Network channel over at Pluto. It's Richard, that's Francis, this is Jason, and we'll see you soon.